What is going on, YouTube people? Neo Cards and Comics here. Get your masks back out, folks, because we are back in 2021 peak pandemic craziness again. If you were not aware, 2023 Prizm basketball retail has, I don't know if leaked is the right word. It came to retail early. Blaster boxes went up on Target's website about a week ago, and then earlier this week there was tons of posts on social of people finding Prizm basketball blasters in the wild, full shelves at Walmart. I don't know that I've seen anything at Target yet. I think most of the photos I saw were Walmart price stickers floating around, and boy oh boy, the secondary market is already losing its mind. Blasters are selling for between like 45 and 50 bucks. Upwards of 60 bucks on the secondary market. It's like we're all hunting for 2019 Optic with Ja and Zion all over again. And if that's not enough, and that's actually not the primary purpose of what I wanted to talk about today, Wemby stuff is selling because we have product. His silver prisms have gone off the board. A couple have actually sold. They look to all be going in the $700 to $1,000 range. A couple bins went up. They got gobbled up pretty quickly. This one, someone ran at auction and ended dead on $1,000. I think there's one more currently listed on the market, but absolutely crazy prices for his stuff already, right out the gate. It is wild to me that his silver prism is going for that much. I believe base prisms are going for around like $90 to $100 for a base prism. Seriously, it's 2019 again, or 2020 with 2019 Prizm with Zion and Ja. Like what? What happened? And this is the ultimate supply and demand game, because there is going to be a boatload of Prizm basketball coming. It's just these couple of blaster boxes, and I shouldn't say a couple, there's probably way more than a couple, have hit the secondary market and now has caused everyone to lose their collective minds. I have to imagine that the angle people are taking here, and I could be wrong on this one because I'm not the buyers at anywhere at no price basically, but my guess is people are trying to gobble these up. Like, for example, the one that I have on screen here, it's tough to tell on eBay, but generally speaking, I would say that looks pretty clean. Like, if I looked at that, I'd be like, okay, that has a shot to PSA 10. So the only thing I can think of is someone is trying to grab one of these and play the PSA game and get it shipped off to grading, pay the more expensive price, get it slabbed up as soon as possible. Same with these base Victor Prisms. I have to imagine the amount of base Victor Prisms that people are going to be shoving into that $15 special and sending off to PSA, or maybe trying to quick flip them at SGC, is going to be wild. That's the only angle here, because I just don't see any way in hell this price holds. I was curious. I was just genuinely curious. What are Prizm Silver selling for on the high end? And I'm going to look at PSA 10s. So this is going for, let's call it between $800 and $1,000 raw. And once again, only a couple have sold. I'm sure this will adjust a little bit, but it's probably going to be weird until hobby boxes hit, and then more inventory hits the market of other parallels. But at the top of the heap, you have Giannis in a PSA 10 silver, goes for almost $9,000. That's down quite a bit. But here's the big difference. That card is a pop 80. A Luka silver is like pop 23, 24, 2,500. And that's a 2018 Prizm. So you have to imagine Victor's is going to be even higher than that. So part of the one, Giannis is an absolute freak. He's one of the best players in the NBA. But there is also a population side of that as well. There's not a lot of supply out there. Below that, we have the Joker in at $3K in a PSA 10. If a Wemby Raw is selling for $1,000, you would assume a PSA 10 would maybe go for around $3 in theory. I guess that's what I would hope to get if I was sending it in. You could get a Joker PSA 10 silver for just under $3K. Pop on that is $152. Because once again, now you're looking at 2015 Prizm, 2013 Prizm. And Joker has an NBA championship and multiple MVPs and is the best player currently in the NBA. Below that, we have Kawhi Leonard at 2.4K. Pop 42 on his PSA 10. Klay Thompson, pop 30 on his PSA 10. That's part of the reason these guys are so high is because the pop reports are minuscule on some of these old and early Prizm sets. Now, there could be more Beckett supply out there, but these sets were not highly printed. Prizm was nowhere near what it is today, so they weren't printing it to the moon and back again. Anthony Davis, 1.5K. Dame, 1.4. Kyrie, 1.4. Jimmy Butler, 1.4. Now, with the exception of really Joker, all of those are very low population. Joker's at 150. All those other ones are in the 30s, 40s, and 50s outside Giannis. So you could call that into the supply game. Let's scroll down a little bit and look at some more recent ones. Embiid at 1.3K, pop 86. And then we get into the more modern guys. Luka at 1K. I could tell you right now, I would rather have a Luka PSA 10 silver at 1,000 than a Wemby raw at 1,000. Now, I guess there's the potential, or we're talking super clean raw that we think it has a chance at the PSA 10, whatever the case might be. I would rather have, I'll take it a step further. I would rather have 3 or 4 Luka silvers PSA 10 Prizms than a Wemby PSA 10 silver Prizm. Assuming that the math holds on that. I don't think that it will, but you get my point. Tatum, PSA 10 silver, 750. Then it drops way off. We have Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards at 500, SGA at 500, Tyrese Halliburton at 500, and so on and so forth. John Morant down there at 400, dropping very quickly post that injury. Yikes. Chet Holmgren at 400. You get my point. This price is absolutely nutty. And like I said, the only thing I can see here is someone is trying to play roulette with PSA and get this thing off there, get it back, get it slabbed, and get it sold and make some extreme profit on it before prices come down. This is very much a case of limited supply on the market, people losing their minds, and FOMO is going to feed into itself. People are going to see that thing selling for 1,000. That's going to cause greater demand for the blaster boxes so people can chase it. Those prices are going to go up because of the limited supply, very limited supply. And then those prices are going to go up. And it's just going to be this self-fulfilling prophecy of these prices going up and up on both these things, all because of FOMO, basically. And then in a month, we're going to get Prizm Hobby boxes come, and the rest of the retail waves are going to come, and they're going to undercut the prices. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to do this stuff, boy, oh boy, you're getting awful cute, and you're probably playing with fire. You need to get this stuff graded fast. I would not be pissing around with the slow boat to China PSA service at $15. And even that these days is honestly pretty quick. You're looking at like a month and a half. I would either pay the extra to get it back faster. If you're talking silvers, you're going to have to because of declared value anyway. But even if you're talking base Prizm Wembies, I would almost SGC those things. Or if you got, I don't know, if you're running around buying these things up at shows at $100 a pop or whatever they're going for, I would at least send some to SGC and send some to PSA and kind of split your risk difference there. Get some back super fast so you could quick flip them with the SGC side of things, and then get some back on the PSA side of things. And I'd probably be looking at sending those at a higher service level than the $15 one, just to beat the clock, even if you don't need it for declared value, just for the purposes of beating the clock. And also, don't forget, PSA just rolled out a $15 special. Guess what? People are going to be slamming them on that $15 special most likely. So keep all that stuff in mind. This is the ultimate play with fire. There are a million other cards I would rather own than a Wemby Silver Raw at $1,000. And just because the card looks clean, you can miss something on it, or PSA can hit you with a 9, SGC can hit you with a 9.5, an SGC 9, whatever, and the next thing you know, you are toast. As always, curious for your thoughts and comments down below. This seems absolutely wild. Wake me up again when the pandemic's over, since apparently we're back in it. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.